point tonight, he was talking about, rotation changes may have to be looked at moving forward, mostly because, I'm sure you know the stats, but like the starters plus minus has been really good and everything else has kind of been shaky all season. How frustrating has that been?
Losing is frustrating. To start a season, you're always trying to figure out rotations. And, that's sometimes to be expected. I think the expectation for us, usually we don't go through that. And so it's kind of like, oh, man, our rotations, for the most part, we've always been able to figure them out pretty quickly. And, it's 3 and 7, 3 and 6. So you're 3 and 6, you have to look at everything. And I think, that's what coaches are getting at. But I'm not going to sit here and blame the guys that are coming off the bench or the coaching staff. We all got to figure it out, regardless of what that is. I think we all can improve, so just got to keep plugging away at it. But I'll say this again. It's our defense. We have to correct our defense. Klay Thompson and Steph Curry shot 15 for 30 from 3. That right there alone is good enough for us to win a game. If nobody else hit a 3, if nobody else take a 3, that's good enough to win a game. So, give up 43 points in the third quarter. I'm not sure if the league average for points are up. But I feel like we've given up 30-plus points every first quarter. Now, maybe that's a league-wide thing and people are just shooting more, or I don't know. But I know that's an issue for us. And so you start the game off giving up 30 points a quarter. Teams get comfortable. And once a team gets comfortable, you got to deal with that problem. Everybody's an NBA team. Everybody's NBA players. Everybody's getting paid a salary to play basketball. And you allow those guys to get comfortable, you're stuck dealing with that the rest of the game.
Draymond, you're the leader of the pack defensively, and we have talked about this in the past. How you go from being the top 5 team defensively all the way to the 30th in the league? Does that have something to do with the larger rotation because it's early in the year? Steve Kerr's trying to use different players, get them to the level that you guys should be to win the 5th. Does that worry you? Can you take me through the mental process of the defensive orchestra that is not there?
It is definitely a process. And the reality is there's a lot of guys playing this year and playing minutes that they haven't played before. And when that happens, you have to grow together. And it usually shows up on the defensive end more than it does the offensive end. And quite frankly, I think we've struggled a bit on both sides. But, usually when you struggle on the offensive side, our defense usually can save us. And it hasn't. And so, like I said, I'm not going to sit up here and point fingers or, point to our young guys. It's not how we roll. They got to learn. They got to figure it out. And, so, yes, they in fact, it is some of their fault. It is definitely some of our young guys' fault. But it's also some of my fault and some of Steph's fault and some of Klay's fault. It's all of our fault. We're not defending at the level that it takes to win games. Now, you take into account that every team wants to beat us because we won a championship last year. You take all of that into account on top of the errors that we're making, and it's tough to overcome. And so I changed the tune of my answer. Yes, it is the young guys' fault, but it is not more their fault than it is our fault. And so, yes, they have some things to learn, and I have no doubt that they will learn those things. But equally, we have responsibilities that we have to live up to, and we're not doing that either. So as much as it is their fault and not knowing rotations and all of that stuff, I must not be doing a great job leading. I must not be doing a great job defensively if our defense sucks, and vice versa, and it's on down the line. So, as a matter of fact, I am not taking fault away from them. They have to get better, and that's what we require as an organization in the win, and we have to get better and live up to who we are supposed to be.
What about the motivation? You guys going to the fifth. That's the motivation right there. But you have to go through a regular season.
Yeah, it's definitely not that. As someone who's at times struggled with motivation against certain teams at certain parts of the season, I don't think it's motivation. I mean, I'll be totally honest with you if I thought it was. I don't think motivation is the problem at all. Quite frankly, there's about half of our team that's won a championship. There's 4 guys on our team that's won 4, and 1 that's won 3. There's some younger guys with 1. You think Steph Curry's struggling with motivation? Have you watched him play? I don't think so. Think if Klay Thompson's struggling for motivation? I don't think so. Quite frankly, I don't think Looney is struggling with motivation. And I don't think I'm struggling with motivation. That's where you would see a motivational thing at. And guys who's just done it over and over and over again. And quite frankly, I don't think it's that. So no, we have some things from a competitive spirit to get back. We have to get our defensive intensity back, our will to defend. We have to get back, but I don't think that's due to motivation.